And I've got a nice little chat box that I can see in case other people want to start joining in the conversation. So, yeah, I am apparently very getting close to the red today. So, obviously, I am not on at 1 o'clock. Feel like it's pretty obvious. I had things I had to do.
Life happens.
Yep. Alright. You able to see the stream alright?
Let's see. Trying to click on it. Apparently, my computer set up for the last time you were screaming with the save stuff.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, I started doing Shining Force 2 yesterday. I'm gonna probably stick with that during my solo days. Ah,
Okay.
it's zombies. It's a zombie. The other ones are staying back. They don't see me. Think I can take on a zombie? Bring it on, zombie. I gotcha.
Let's see. Watch latest stream is a button.
So, I should probably work on my house a bit, because I put a giant hole in the roof, and I did not finish oh, crud. There's about to be a giant hole in the side of the house.
Okay.
Alright, you're far enough away now, I think we're good. Now I'm gonna try and kill you so I can maybe score some black powder. Or gunpowder. Oh, dang it. He blew up. I don't know. So I had like a couple of things that I was sort of thinking of doing on this game.
Okay.
One of them is, of course, working on the house. It's a dirt house. I sort of keep to the dirt stuff, mainly because it annoys Aiden, or annoys Solar.
Why does it annoy?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea why it annoys him so much. But I also do it because I mean, it may have changed since the last time I was like really playing the game, but for the most part, you can't do crap with dirt. You know, like there's really nothing you can do with dirt. So I'm just like, why not build a house? One time I actually was like, I'm gonna build a town. I'm gonna like actually create a world. I'm gonna build a town. This first town is just gonna be dirt. Another town is going to be sandstone. And I built a hotel out of dirt, or an apartment complex out of dirt. I even had a little elevator that I made using a small waterfall. It was really cool, and I'm sad that I wound up losing that game at some point.
Going it so far. Bunker.
Oh,
I did not mean.
that's
Why
not
does it
my
do that?
stream.
No, that was just Twitch in general. That was Twitch just loading up. I'm like, why? I was trying to switch to yours. Apparently had logged me out and just doomed the homepage.
Oh,
Like,
weird.
great.
So,
Great.
anyways, what I was saying before, I had a few ideas of what I could do here. One is, of course, work on the house.
Yes.
2 is another thing that I will sometimes do when I'm playing the game, which is like explore in like a direction and just destroy everything in my path while I
Gotcha.
go that way. And then when night starts to fall, I build a house out of whatever I have. And then there's some other go away. Go. We don't like you. Dude, really? You're supposed to be in the water. What are you doing out of the water? Alright. Let's eat some food. But yeah, I have like a lot of things that I like to do in this, and I'll just kind of cycle between them. Sometimes I'll try and build a pyramid. Sometimes I'll actually try and build the pyramid. That takes a long time because I've actually used what you call it, creative mode to work on it before, and it's really large. It's like an extremely large area that you have to work with,
Gotcha.
because it's something like I want to say like 126 meters high. Hold on a sec. I heard random thumping in the house, and I was like, Ganimation, you good? But, yeah, it's like something like, I think it's actually larger than 126 meters. It's like 166 meters or something. You still there?
Yep, I'm still here, just trying to get to the point where I can actually see the screen.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't lose you. So yeah, it takes a lot.
Gotcha.
I mean, you can call her.
All right.
But yeah. Do you like the little stream avatars I have today?
And let me see. Trying to zoom in onto this thing.
Yeah,
There we go.
Found some Minecraft stream avatars to use for today.
All right, nice.
Let me actually move that up so I can actually see. Good lord, there's a lot of them too. It's weird.
I noticed all that Minecraft theme.
I really need to get better at knowing how to do the stream avatar stuff, because in all honesty, I'm just guessing right now,
Uh-huh.
and as you can see, there's like 1,000 of them down there, and there's like, you're the only viewer? Okay, so anyways, talking about other stuff, like,
So all right, we were going to be talking about the
yeah, I think we were gonna try and talk a little bit about either the Arrowverse, or we could talk about the Batman, since we have now both watched it.
Yeah, true. We can go with the Batman first,
Mm.
even though technically, since it was a 3-hour movie, it's probably going to take most of our time talking about it.
I mean, yeah.
So sure, let's go with the Batman first.
So,
what did you think of it?
I liked it. I definitely feel like it had a very, like, this could be a TV show vibe about it. You
Okay.
know, It's like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the stuff was definitely like, this would have worked as a good ending for the episode. And then a lot of stuff very much was like, hey, I think we need a little bit more explanation here.
I see why they didn't give a lot of explanation for some things, because some things were just like, okay, we've seen enough Batman, films at this point to know.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah.
definitely glad that they did not do another origin story. Like this was apparently his second year as Batman.
Yes, they just went straight to second year of Batman, and you're like,
So yeah, like
okay,
I definitely like that they did that.
yeah.
Right, I need food. I
Like I said,
can
there was some animals right there. You
I
could have just killed them.
can kill the lambs.
Yeah, that gives you food. Welcome to Minecraft. Just go kill some lambs.
Yeah, I was just
Yeet.
sort of like, if I kill the lambs, it's fine, but at the same time, I might want to like kind of farm them later.
True.
So
So only kill half the
I'll
lambs.
just kill 3 of them. 3 of them gives me enough stuff. And oh, apparently each of them was giving me more than one. Oh, and this guy just came up right up to me.
He wants to die.
All
Look
right,
at look at the dirt face.
all right. So that's 7. Yeah, that'll work.
But yeah, with the way the Batman was going, there are some things that I liked about it, and some things that I just went, okay. I'm not sure if you're gonna actually, make a sequel to this, but if you do,
Oh, they have been greenlit for a sequel.
okay. So
I
since
did
they
hear
have
that.
been greenlit, wouldn't technically, because of the way that the last one ended, um, don't people at this point, at least the people in the insane asylum, technically know who Batman is? Because
Um,
the Riddler was literally saying his name over and over again.
yeah, I would say it's one of those things of like people going to have to decide if they believe the Riddler or not.
Yeah.
Because, he was crazy, but at the same time, he also had a following.
Yes, he had apparently 500 followers, and
Yeah.
at least 10 of them showed up.
So, I mean, like, he had a
So,
decent following.
so yeah, I'm saying for followers, yes, if you could get 500 people to follow you on a screen, and then at least 10 of them show up in person to do what they said they were going to do in Screen Channel, I go, you're doing great.
Yeah, he was definitely doing real well for his following.
And like,
Has a much larger following than I do, that's for damn sure. Alright, so what I'm gonna do right
hey, at least
now.
your following so far is 100% involved.
Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a door somewhere over here.
But yeah, when I was looking at the movie, just realizing, okay, so the Riddler now knows,
But
and
to be
from
fair, a lot of the universes the Riddler finds out.
a lot of the universes, half of Batman's enemies actually know.
Yeah.
But it's just also hilarious that most of them don't want Batman to be found out anyway.
Yeah, because it's.
Welcome to the one city where you go, yes, it's your fault, Batman. What you mean it's my fault? It's your fault. They're doing this because you exist. They're literally having too much fun because you exist. If you were actually something they didn't want around anymore, they could just say who you are and it's over. You go to jail with them because you're still a criminal. Until they made vigilantism legal, Batman is still technically a criminal,
Very
even though
true.
in this version of it, he works directly with the police.
Yeah, it's very similar to how the
And the
comic
police
books work.
chief, if I was correct, Gordon, isn't he supposed to be the chief of police?
In the comics, he was the commissioner, but in the movie, the commissioner, as he was, died.
Yes. So that's why I
So,
thought Gordon was supposed to be the chief of police,
no. Um,
and at least in the movie.
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what his position was. I do know that
But
he was at least very high up.
but
If
yeah,
he
I
wasn't the
noticed.
captain or the chief, he was at least high up.
Yeah, he was high up enough to actually get him into crime scenes and go, "He's good, guys. He's with me." And everyone goes, "But we hate him," and he still gets allowed
Yeah.
to be there. So I'm like,
Ganimation and I absolutely loved that one cop, Martinez, I think his name was.
okay,
Cause like at the very beginning, he was just like, it's like, huh, you're horrible. And then like 5 minutes into the movie, he's like Batman's ride or die.
uh-huh.
Huh? But yeah, cause like he was just there every single time. It's like, hey, hurry it up, someone's coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny.
Yeah. The police know how this works. It's fine. At least the police in this version of the movie knew how this works.
I mean,
All-
it wasn't all of them. It was mainly just a few. The ones
Yes,
that
all the
basically sided with Gordon, and
Yes, all
all
the
of the
ones
ones,
that were technically in the good guy policing.
yeah, all the ones that
You
were
noticed
not
that in the
corrupt.
movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, the
that
ones that were
actually
not on the payroll.
that actually reminds me, like one of the things that everyone gives so much, everyone that is like not a fan of Batman gives so much crap about Batman
Uh-huh.
is the fact that like they basically act like he's just going around the police and just, doing all this stuff instead of letting the police do their job. But it's just like the entire point of his existence is because of the fact that the police were all corrupt. Like there were
Yes.
too many of them that were corrupt in high places.
Yes,
That
when you live in Gotham City, you realize a couple of things. Number one, yeah, the police ain't helping you unless you're rich.
yeah.
Number two, even when you are rich, how rich are you and who actually wanted you dead?
Yeah, it's like even if you're rich, then that's all well and good, but tell me something. Are you trying to endanger other rich people with what you're asking? Because if you are, well, they're paying me as well, and two rich people paying me $1 million is more than one rich person paying me a
Give me $1
million.
million. So guess what? I'm going to go with the two rich people over here, and you're going to jail or B, just dying. It's fine.
Yeah,
Death is, quite the option in Gotham City. Look
like,
at that. Oh, look. He
and
died in the alleyway. No one ever knows why. Like, don't you know why? Of course we know why. We just ain't going to say anything. It's fine.
and I will say that despite the fact that I loved these movies, they kind
Mhm.
of are the reason for this, but the Tim Burton movies,
Yes.
none of the police officers in those movies were corrupt. All of the police officers that you saw were on the level.
Yes, and
They were
Tim
just
Burton.
kind of helping, Batman. So
But you also got to remember Tim Burton Batman was I'm gonna say this compared to a lot of the other Batmans, I think he was technically the most violent. Even though when you look at the movies, you go, that's a darker Batman. Like, yes, but Tim Burton version of Batman, technically, if you do the kill count of random stuff that he did, like this should kill people, right? Yeah.
So I will say Tim Burton's Batman definitely kind of Hey, hold on a second. A phone call. It might be a local thing.
Okay.
Alright, either it was just spam or they had a issue connecting. One of the two.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Tim Burton's Batman was um he pretty much was the most violent Batman until Ben Affleck.
Yes, but
Because
I'm
Ben
not sure if I
Affleck,
can actually count Ben Affleck as a Batman. I'm
well,
sorry,
he
but
in Batman vs Superman, he was definitely a Batman. And then if
okay,
you've seen the Snyder cut, he's definitely Batman.
okay, all right, fine. The Snyder cut, where they actually included some things to make him seem like an actual Batman character.
Yeah, I would say Snyder cut and Batman vs Superman, he is a Batman. He's not quite as good a Batman as pretty much all the other Batmans in Batman vs Superman.
Yes,
Or what was it called? Because it wasn't technically like it was Batman vs Superman, but it was Dawn of Justice. That was the name of it.
yes, but
That's
it's
the
Batman
technical name
versus.
of it. But yeah,
Everyone knows it's Batman versus Superman. The movie. That's what it was.
but yeah, in that he was definitely a Batman. He just wasn't, quite as good a Batman as, we've come to expect.
Yes, yes, in the caliber of Batman's, I rank Ben Affleck Batman kind of low
Yeah.
until we got the Snyder cut, and then he's about average then.
Yeah, then he gets back up there because the Snyder Cut definitely redeemed him a lot.
The Snyder cut redeemed everybody a lot.
The Snyder Cut redeemed the entire premise of making a Justice League movie that that soon, you know?
Yes. Who knew that a single hour of of actual dialogue could actually mean the make or break a movie,
Yeah.
let alone
Not
the
only
addition of another 4 hours of dialogue.
not only that, but just like the fact that like something, I think I did not mean to do what I just did. Putting this back up. But yeah, that definitely did the trick with making it a much better movie. And like I used to really love Joss Whedon's stuff, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know what in the world happened with that, but like on top of him just, you know, pulling out all of the good stuff from that movie,
Yeah.
and he apparently was so disrespectful that he finally got found out for what he was, and it's just like I will still enjoy Angel and Buffy and Dollhouse, and
Uh-huh.
the Avengers movies,
Yes. I would say,
but
his work is his work, but it's the difference between his work and the person himself. The
yeah,
person himself, not a good person. His work is his work.
yeah,
I'm still a fan of Angel. I'm still a fan of Buffy. Still a fan of a lot of his work. But him as a person, I'm like, you did what, why?
it's like wait,
And
wait,
even
wait.
when
You mean to say that? Oh, I think Mom's here. Sorry, just getting a notification that my youngest is back home,
Okay.
and that one of us needed to go out and grab him from his grandmother.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's almost like after he got a ton of criticism for the Black Widow thing, and because like I still do not understand why he got so much criticism, because quite literally everything leading up to that moment that people are criticizing,
What's
and
the
even
criticism
in that
again?
moment, okay, so the criticism on Black Widow in Age of Ultron is this, okay?
Okay.
Essentially, they equate her as being a damsel in distress. But here's the thing
Um.
about that entire time where people are saying that she is a damsel in distress is she up leading up to that point, all right?
Uh-huh.
She saved everybody's ass
I
during
was gonna
during
say.
that whole during that whole chase scene. Like
I was gonna
she
say it's not typical damsel in distress when you actually do something. You're not Lois
yeah,
Lane
like
in the Superman
she
comic who
quite yeah.
who's literally just there to be rescued. She actually did something active and proactive in the beginning.
Yeah,
So yes.
and then on top of that, not even like just the beginning, but like on top of that, it's like she also um so leading up to the point where she got captured,
Uh-huh.
she recovered Captain America's shield, got it back to
Mm-hmm.
him so that he could win his fight.
Mm-hmm.
Managed to hijack a helicopter
Mm-hmm.
that was transporting the Vision, managed to unbuckle the Vision and send him to their helicopter or
Yeah.
their flying ship.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, managed to kick a bunch of other people's butts, and then gets captured by something that none of them had the power to overpower.
Yes.
And then after she got captured, she she orchestrated her own rescue and how they could actually start fighting Ultron by um by making sure that Clint knew where she was and by getting the information that they all needed to them. So it's like, in what way was she the damsel in distress? Quite literally, she did what Black Widow does every single movie.
See, I was gonna say I never thought about her as a damsel in distress in
That's
that movie.
because she wasn't.
Yeah, I didn't even know people were saying that about that movie.
Yeah, it was such a stupid thing.
See, the only movie I know of that I'm just sitting there going, okay, this could have either been better or I could have just, you could have just, framed this, made this slightly, earlier so that way we could at least been more involved in it.
It
But,
it
the actual Black Widow movie,
yeah.
I'm like, if you actually made this, during the time period that the movie is based in, like, just after, all the mess that happened. So we knew what Black Widow was doing. And the transition from okay, so this makes perfect sense why she's leading, everything in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
She's the most well together right now.
So I mean, it's just quite literally like there is no reason for people to have thought that,
Yeah, I didn't even know people were thinking that.
but Joss Whedon, he uh he spent a lot of time perfecting this feminist ally persona, and he actually stepped away from social media for a while because because of the whole fact that people were doing that whole criticism.
Interesting.
Sorry, I was trying to help with get the baby situated.
Gotcha. Life stuff happens.
But yeah, like he stepped away from social media because of that. And it definitely feels that after that moment, after he kind of stopped caring about his appearance, that he's an ally and whatnot, that's when he started really messing up.
I'll say this. I knew from what I remember from the Angel series,
Yeah, with
and
what he did with Charisma Carpenter.
yes, I knew that he was could be a D bad to women. I
Yeah,
knew from that. So I was like, okay, I can believe the things that they're saying about you because this has happened before, and the fact that this is happening more often just means that you're getting old and caring less.
yeah. Like I said, he's basically no longer caring about his appearance because at this point it's just he's getting caught so much with it that he obviously doesn't care. He thinks that he's done enough to make it to where no one can question him anymore, you know? And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like, oh, we're gonna question you.
Well, he pretty much got to that point of, okay, my works are standing alone at this point that people shouldn't ask me questions I don't want to answer.
Yeah, it's
I think,
essentially like he thought that the fact that Firefly is such a big thing makes it to where now he is just invincible to criticism and everyone will just love everything he does. And it's just like, no, no, that's not how this works. When you are in the spotlight like that, you kind of have to constantly prove yourself, okay?
let's put it this way. It's one of those moments of, yes, if what's his name, the guy that's running all of Marvel right now,
Kevin
uh,
Feige.
yeah, if something were to happen with Kevin Feige, yes, the Marvel universe would just pretty much implode upon itself and die.
Yeah, because he's trying to make sure that everything stays good.
So
So
yes,
if he
if
just
we find out
suddenly,
something random about Kevin Feige, and
like,
then the universe goes, "Oh no, yes, the Marvel universe is dead."
yeah,
Then
pretty much.
it's 100% dead.
Like
He has to be in.
it would be very hard to recover from that.
Yes. So yeah, you can't do that with certain things. But yeah, we were talking about Batman, weren't we?
All right, yeah. So yeah, we were talking about Batman, and how did we get onto that? It was
I don't know what happened.
I know we got onto it for a reason. Oh, I remember. We were talking about Tim Burton. Um,
And the
then we
differences
started
between.
talking about, let's see, we were talking about Tim Burton and Ben Affleck's Batman. Jeez, how did we get on that?
Again,
Let's
we
see.
would have to watch this scream again, so it's fine.
Okay, so it's Tim Burton Batman and um how Ben Affleck's Batman does count. And then um God, I'm really it's sort of bothering me. I can't remember how we got onto that.
Again, it's fine. We were just, it's one of those things that we have to watch the screen again later to figure out what that train of thought happened and why it happened. But yeah. Going back to the
Um.
Batman.
Oh, it had something to do with the. So we were talking about how Dawn of Justice made everything seem fine for their ability to do that. And oh, that's what it was. We were talking about Dawn of Justice, and then we were talking about Justice League, and we were talking about how Joss Whedon screwed it up.
Okay.
And I was saying that he just has, ever since he stepped out of the spotlight for that little bit of time,
Yeah.
he essentially seemed to become more careless about everything that he does. And that includes his storytelling and whatnot, like his directing and storytelling. He just seems to have gotten careless with it, making it to where like a lot of his new stuff really is doesn't hold a candle to, like Batman and Buffy and
hmm
I mean not Batman, but Angel and Buffy and Dollhouse, Firefly, but he just seems to think that because he did those and because people are so, obsessed with them still, it means that he is just, you know, completely invulnerable and, you know, if anyone does anything to him, then they're the ones that are in the wrong. If he doesn't like anyone, then they're the ones in the wrong, not him.
Well, you know how people are. It's like, oh, we have this really popular person right now. Yes, we're going to ignore the fact that they're a douchebag, and we're going to just go with the stuff that they're figuring out because it's gold.
Yeah, it's essentially like, okay, so he's doing really good, and then he screwed up. Like, like I said, a lot of people seem to have an issue with that whole thing with Black Widow. I don't understand it because in my opinion, they still would have lost that whole thing if it were not for her, even though she was captured. I mean, she was doing what Black Widow is supposed to do. She got captured.
Like I said, the only Black Widow film I have any problem with is that last one that is one of those movies that it's like, okay, you made this, but at the same time, why was it just to introduce us to the new Black Widow, which is the only
I
reason the film exists.
believe that that is indeed the main reason for the Black Widow movie. The secondary reason is just the fact that it is the Black Widow movie.
Because I'm
And
like, okay, you gave the person a standalone movie after their death.
it
Why?
it was
Why?
essentially like this. Disney was getting a lot of crap for not doing a Black Widow movie.
Yes, because
And
people for the longest time, since this franchise at that point been running for a decade, when you didn't do the one female superhero that we actually knew about, it was a main part of a team.
yeah, because it's like, because she's a very well done female female
Yes,
star. Because the first time that she's introduced, she's sort of two-dimensional, but the main reason for that is because she's kind of supposed to be
yeah,
that.
she's supposed to. She's playing a background character. She's not playing
Like,
Black Widow.
she was quite literally playing a person who needed to get Tony's attention. And how
Yes.
best to get Tony's attention than be hot and do cool stuff around Tony.
Again, like I said, she was not supposed to be at that point, out and out in Black Widow mode. She was, pretending to be something else incognito. She was not, going, hi, my name is Black Widow. I'm here to kill you now.
Yeah. And then she was um brought back in see she was brought back in Avengers, obviously. So it's like she was introduced in Iron Man 2, then she was brought back in Avengers, And in Avengers, we actually get to see a little bit more of her, you know? And it
Yeah.
explains why she was how she was in Iron Man 2, because her thing is I have to get inside. I have to get
Yes.
inside. So however I need to do that is how I get inside. And like it shows her as she had been captured. So it's like the very first time that you see her in Avengers, she has been captured. Does that mean that
Honestly,
she can't get out? No.
no.
And it was her plan to get captured.
Yes. Yes. The phrase, I'm getting them to tell me everything.
It's like, this
And
guy's
just
telling me
like,
everything. And he's just like, what? Yeah.
he's actually doing the monologue. Why are you interrupting my interrogation? Like, but aren't you the one in the chair?
Like, I've not told you everything. Really? Really? You gonna stick with that? Like,
So
come on, I
yes,
came in here not knowing anything, and you've told me absolutely everything I need to know.
but yeah.
I need to get to my house. Sun is
I do
going
love the fact we
down.
started with talking about Batman and ended up still talking about Marvel.
But yeah, the Batman movie. He Okay, so we had talked about how Tim Burton's Batman is kind of the most has the most kill
Murdery.
count, but I was going to actually state that Ben Affleck's Batman has a pretty high kill count as well.
Yes, but
And
still
unlike
technically.
unlike the Tim Burton one, because the Tim Burton one, he kind of went in um like in the first one, he kind of went in. I'm gonna die.
You are out at night,
Yeah,
not in the house, in the
and
dark.
I was like pretty close to death after that first hunter. I think that's my house. I hope that's my house because there's like some spiders I might have to deal with.
I was gonna say you may want to just get to your place.
Well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter. I don't have anything.
I guess it's true. At this point, you
Here,
literally have
I'm gonna
nothing.
try something.
Anything.
Alright, go on. Do your thing. Haha, I killed them all. I died too, but I killed them all. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go down. Oh, apparently not far enough down.
But yeah, yeah. When it comes to the Batman movie, I think my favorite character in that one actually was the Penguin.
Yeah, the Penguin was really well done. Like out of all of the characters, he was probably the most like put together.
Yes.
'Cause like Catwoman, you know, she did a wonderful job with Catwoman. I liked her.
Yeah,
Um,
Catwoman was Catwoman.
but yeah, she is just Catwoman. You know, the best the best thing that you can do if you are doing Catwoman is make sure that you're not the the one that they wrote for Halle Berry to do.
Honestly, it I still remember that Catwoman, but I remember it in different ways. It's Holly Berry in a cat suit. That's it.
Yeah,
Don't think about anything else. Enjoy that, and that's it.
I
Don't
mean
look at the plot.
that's fair.
Don't look at the plot, because if you look at the plot, you sit there and if you took Halle Berry out of it, you'll just be laughing your butt off, going, "This can't be a movie."
Now, something interesting that I found out not too long ago is the fact that apparently the Catwoman movie was greenlit after Batman Returns. Okay.
Okay.
But then some sort of dispute happened or something. I forget exactly what. But basically, something happened and they wound up not really being able to use that particular that the original script that they had for it.
Okay.
And so they did that script as a way to kind of keep it away from keep it away from
Oh, they did it just to keep the license.
essentially. So it's just like everything for it was done so they didn't use Selena Kyle because of this. What the hell? Ow. Just ow. That was so rude. I didn't even see you yet, and you just wow.
It's in the water.
So yeah, it's essentially that's why Selena Kyle was not used as the name. That's why they created that new thing. That's why there's no connection to Bruce Wayne or Batman.
So it's pretty much the same reason why they did that Fantastic Four movie. That was
Yeah, the fan force stick.
yeah, that the thing that I'm just still to this day go, why? Why did you do that to those characters? And
Like it
what even was Doctor Doom anymore?
I
I'm
just
like,
that movie, the thing that just kills me the most about that movie is the fact that they were like doing this whole pretend thing where it's like, oh, of course we're not racist. Look, we have a black Johnny Storm. Okay, what about Susan? We have a black Johnny Storm. What about Susan?
I do love the fact that when you watch the movie, you go, so is Susan adopted
hmm
or is Johnny adopted?
Yeah,
And you
Susan
just sit there.
Storm is the one that's adopted.
Yes, you find out that Susan is adopted. I go, well, that's original. Okay, look at you. You
Yeah,
did something different.
but
Of
it's
course,
still
in
just
this
like,
movie,
what is the point? Why? Like, what is the point? You just wanted a blonde leading actress. Like,
they didn't want to scrape from the formula too much, man, because they already realized what they had on themselves anyway. Because you've seen the movie. They went, should we actually just make it so people won't even recognize these people as Fantastic Four? Like, you could have. That would have been a better movie if you just gone. This is a random superhero group.
yeah, hell,
You know,
just like
I would.
instead of naming the movie like the next movie, just in case, instead of naming it Fantastic Four, they should just name it something like Voyage into the Beyond or something. And it's like it has those four characters. You go in there and you hear you and like they're using their code name, their call signs the entire time.
Uh huh.
So like instead of it being like Reed Richards, it'd be like something like the Doctor. Instead of Susan Storm, it'd be like um the see what part was she what part was she in the original space mission?
Oh, in the original
Was
space
she the
mission,
navigator? Yeah,
I
I think she
wa-
was the navigator.
I want to say she was the navigator.
Yeah, I think that's what she was, because
Yeah.
it was her and her brother. So yeah, because Johnny was the pilot,
Yes.
and then Ben is of course just the muscle. So like just have each of them have their little call signs and not actually call them by their names at the beginning of the movie. Wait
Uh
until
huh.
like gets to the end of the movie, and then.
that you just pieced together that this was supposed to be a Fantastic Four movie without ever saying it was Fantastic Four. You know what would really be funny? What
What?
if Marvel actually
Talking
decides
about
to
Fantastic
accept them?
Four? Pretty much all of them.
If Marvel decides to actually accept that last Fantastic Four movie
The
to
Fantastic
be
Four movies?
in existence.
Okay, hold on. Gatomation is coming at me about the Fantastic Four movies.
Oh, okay. I can't hear that part
So,
of the
the
conversation.
first Fantastic Four movie.
The one with Chris Evans in it.
Yes, that was good.
I love that. Don't talk shit about it. You
I'm
mentioned
not
all the
talking
other
any.
ones,
I'm
that
not.
one,
I'm not talking crap about that one.
good. But you said
I
all
will
of them.
talk. I will talk crap about the second one because a lot of that has some issues.
It had its issues.
Particularly the fact that like they actually cast someone as Galactus. They actually cast someone as Galactus, and then they decided to change up and use just a giant cloud.
Yes, yes. The fact that they went, yeah. You know what? We're gonna do CGI
And
cloud.
then
Why?
when they tried to do the other Fantastic Four where they, you know,
The horrible
yeah,
abomination
I
called
always I
Fantastic
always
Four.
call it Fanforstic because I remember like seeing this thing one time where like it was like this YouTube video where someone was talking about how people will make the rights or will make a movie just for the rights and it'll be a crap movie. And the best way that you can tell is based on how many years between the last movie and the new movie that it's done because I think it's something like 8 years.
Something like that.
So like if a movie pops up at the 8 year mark, like the 7 or 8 year mark, then that means that that movie is probably going to be a pile of crap because they are just doing it for the rights.
They have just slapped together something to make sure they keep the rights to the movie.
Right.
And that last Fantastic Four movie
Yeah.
was one of those.
I was watching that thing and it was before Fan Four Stick came out and the person was talking about it and he was like going on about how you can always tell when a movie is just being put out just to hold the licensing and it starts going through things and then he was like, wait a minute, Fantastic Four, or Silver Surfer, Rise of the Silver Surfer came out in blah time. Fanforstic coming out. Oh no, this isn't Fanforstic. This isn't Fanforstic at all.
Uh,
I really do not remember who did that video, but I absolutely loved that video, and if I ever find it again, I will totally give that person so much credit.
but yeah, yeah. At this point, I would love the fact that if Marvel decided that since they're doing the multiverse, just for trolling themselves, they would just go, and there's a portal to what is that? There you go. Oh, that looks like what is that? Is that Grim in the background? Yeah, yeah, that looks like Grim. But who are the other people? I have no clue. Maybe that one's Susan. I think that one may be Susan.
Yeah,
So the
it would
Susan
be
and Grim
really
exist.
cool. It would be really cool, like if they just did the Fantastic Four, but they didn't call it the Fantastic Four. They just called it like Voyage into the Beyond or something like that. And then at the very end of the movie, they finally reveal the names. And like, by the end of the movie, you've kind of picked up on what's going on because one of them will have the elastic powers, one of them will have the invisibility and portal or um,
Yes,
shield powers. One of them will be able to ignite themselves on fire, and one of them will be a giant stone creature.
yes.
You'll have figured it out, obviously.
Well, they are making another Fantastic Four.
Yeah, and they're calling it Fantastic Four, and apparently they just switched up directors, which is a bad thing because the last time that directors got switched up midway through was Black Widow. Wait, was it Black Widow? No, it was the other one. What was it? I think Black Widow got switched up about halfway through, but there was something
I,
else.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure Black Widow, got switched up. I'm not sure.
There was something that got switched up, and it turned into kind of a bad movie.
All right, let's think about it. Marvel's last bad movies. We have, technically, I'm gonna be honest. We have the first one I can think of is Thor: Dark World.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
The second one I could think of as far as Marvel's bad movies was let's see, Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2 was okay. Was good. I think you're thinking of Iron Man 3. Are you thinking of Mandarin?
I was gonna say, was it 2 Mandarin?
No, 3 was Mandarin.
3 was Mandarin?
3 was Mandarin. 2 was oh shoot, what's his name? Mickey Rourke. 2 was Mickey Rourke.
Because yeah, I thought 3 was the one where he was dealing with, let's see, what was it again? Let's see. Yeah, 2 was the one that had the guy with the whips.
Yeah.
Right?
Whiplash, that's his name.
Yeah, Whiplash. Yeah, 2 was the one with the whips and the
Uh-oh.
apparently having to fight on the race car track.
Uh-oh. I think I'm lost.
Yeah, kind of looks that way.
I think I'm
You're
lost.
nowhere near your actual place. But yeah, then we have Captain Marvel, which I honestly go with. I just don't like the movie because of the fact that it turned,
Yeah,
Nick
she
Fury
based.
into a comic relief side character.
Yeah, my issue with that one is the fact that she's just like so overpowered that it just. I mean,
I'm not even
like
caring about the overpoweredness because it's the world of Marvel where you literally have Thor having a movie which he's a god. So you're like, okay, Miss Marvel, okay, but your character is boring, and your comic relief
well,
sidekick is Nick Fury.
the thing about her
I
character.
want you to think about that.
The thing about her character is her character actually wasn't boring. It's just because she didn't really exactly have like challenges, it makes her seem
It was her
boring.
acting about it, dude. It was her actual acting style. If you actually look at the movie, it looked like she's trying to be monotone on purpose.
And that's why I'm saying like basically it's not so much her doing that, it's the movie itself.
Because I was just kind of, whenever I think about the movie, I go,
Yeah, I just like I said, I don't really
because yeah,
like.
the actual character, I know the character from comics.
Yeah,
I
and
like the character in
her
the comics.
character, whereas her character is a bit overpowered in the comics, it's not,
It's the
hey,
same level.
I'm gonna be a Super Saiyan.
It technically is. It depends on which version of the comics you're looking at from which years.
I guess I didn't check that one out then.
Yeah, I know.
Like I
I
know
know.
she was usually the one of the most powerful ones, but
Oh yes, she's up there in the top. As in, if you're gonna have a fight, you usually don't include Miss Marvel because there's no point because she wins. There's only a few characters that Miss Marvel actually fights and has a hard time against. Thanos is one of them, but that's usually Thanos that's a little either way powered or actually with the backing of his army, which it spans a galaxy.
okay. I've lost my home.
Yes, it's gone. You're out in the wilderness. You may want to start making another one out of dirt.
Yeah.
Just go in there, hollow out the cave. It's fine. You may
So
need it.
I'm gonna do a thing. Oh look, there's sandstone.
Build a sandcastle.
I mean,
It's different from dirt.
now I can't exactly build a sandcastle. I have to use sandstone to really do it. Whoa, there's like a underwater cave. Wow. That's so... Oh, yeah, that's right. I don't have any space in my inventory right now.
No, you don't.
Okay, I guess we're gonna be building a dirt place right quick. Because I need to use up some dirt.
But yeah, let's see. Besides Miss Marvel, that's a bad movie. Then we have the Eternals, and that one's only bad because of the fact they tried to shove like 11 characters in
Yeah,
a in a 2.5 hour movie.
yeah, it's just like, okay, we're gonna try and represent everyone in this 2.5 hour long movie.
And you sitting there going, "You have a streaming service. This streaming service where each character got an episode. So I would have gave her when someone died. But now it's like, oh look, Ajax dead. Who? The leader. Who? You're like, I don't know.
Wait, am
You
I?
you barely cared.
Should probably not get in the water. Those little...
Looks like stuff can actually hurt you in the water. So
No,
you may not want to.
there's, there are creatures in the water. Zombie creatures that swim.
Like I said, look like there may be stuff that can hurt you in the water, so you may not want to.
No, that stuff's fine. That's just seaweed.
Just seaweed.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. Besides Eternals, yeah, Eternals was the last technical bad movie, I would say.
Maybe it wasn't a Marvel movie that I'm thinking of.
But
Oh,
yeah,
I know what I was thinking. I was thinking of a Star Wars movie.
okay, all right.
There was some Star Wars movie that they switched up directors halfway through because someone got upset with how things were going.
That was the second one of the last trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because the guy that I think made the first one of the last trilogy was going to make the second one. And then somewhere along the lines, they changed up their idea.
No, no. Basically, they were like doing this thing where they were like going to have a different director for each movie, I think. I don't know why, in my opinion, if you're gonna do something like that, you should let one director do all of it, or just, you know, work with other directors and have like one overall director. Because if a person is having to pick up somebody else's work, you
Yeah,
know, like,
and usually when you pick up someone else's work, you sit and go, okay, so you want me to conference with the person's work with the person who made this before, right? So we can have a coherent idea. No, no, so no. So you want me to make my own thing on top of theirs? Yes. That sounds like a big pile of mess. Yes.
make it my own island.
I've noticed.
And I just destroyed the bridge, so I should be safe.
I like these should be saved. Then you turn around and notice, oh great, they're here already.
I will say that that has happened to me a few times in the past. That's why I keep on checking over there. So, anyways, I don't, I again don't exactly know how we got onto Marvel.
Apparently, Marvel just more interesting to talk about.
Um,
But yeah, as long as as far as the Batman is concerned, since we're gonna try to get back to that, um, yeah, my favorite character was the Penguin, and Catwoman was a Catwoman.
yeah, she was good. Zoe Kravitz did a wonderful job. She's beautiful, and you know, I definitely like her as Catwoman.
I think my second character that I like out of that movie may actually have been Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon, they did a good job with Gordon. I feel like there's a good chance.
I'm not exactly sure how I feel about Riddler.
Riddler, I
I'm like,
here's what I like about the Riddler from that, okay?
uh
Most Riddlers, there you are. I knew I heard you.
huh.
I knew I heard you. But yeah, Riddler, the thing that I liked about that Riddler is the same thing that I liked about the Batman animated show's Joker. It
Okay.
was different than what you usually expect for that character, making it to where that character is just always the same, and like there are some variations, but nothing so big that makes him an entirely new character. Like for instance, the Riddler from Gotham.
Uh-huh.
It's essentially the same character, just a slightly different background, you know?
Yeah.
Cause like it's basically the exact same character as Jim Carrey's Riddler, just a different background, you know?
Yeah.
And Jim Carrey's Riddler was essentially the same as the Riddlers from the Adam West show, just with a different background, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's always the same. It's always the same character. So the thing that I like about that particular Riddler is the fact that it's not the same character, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I liked him because of that, and the fact that even though he's not the same character, he's still a Riddler because he's still smart, he still leaves the riddles for Batman. He still has this connection, or this thing that he thinks is a connection with Batman, you know?
Yes.
Cuz like every single Riddler, just like pretty much every single Batman villain in general, they like there are a few exceptions, the ones that start off mafia style, or in the mob,
Talking about the ones that predate the Batman who go, my
or
name is Falcone, and you're like, yes, you are before the Batman. So the
like Penguin, who he got his start in the mafia in
and again
a lot
before
of
the
the
Batman.
a lot of these things. In the original comics, I don't think that's how it was, but I'm not
From what I
positive.
remember, in the original comics, Penguin is a lot older than Batman, at
Yeah,
least in the original comics. So technically, Penguin was just a deformed criminal, just always kind of has been.
so um but yeah, like basically all of the Batman villains, they create this connection to him
Yes,
that he doesn't feel, but they all think is like a brotherhood almost.
yes, because they all think that it's all Batman's fault or has something to do with Batman. There's only
Yeah.
like three that I can think of
Or
that
just
actually go.
or just
You
like,
know,
Batman and I share a kinship,
yes,
you know?
Yeah, like I said, there's only
Like,
three famous villains that I can think of in Gotham that actually go Batman has nothing to do with my creation.
Bane.
And
Bane, I think, might be one of them. Because
I, I would say technically Bane is one of them. Cause
actually, I think
yeah,
in the comics he did get his creation because of Batman in the comics.
I don't think Bane did.
I might be wrong. Um,
Cause yeah,
I
my
know
three were going to be technically Harley Quinn, technically.
Harley Quinn got
Um,
hers because of Joker.
Joker. Yeah, yeah, Joker directly.
Yeah.
That Batman had nothing to do with that. It was Joker. And then we have Poison Ivy,
Yeah.
because the creation of Poison Ivy had nothing to do with Batman.
Yeah.
And then we had Bane, because Bane again was one of those
He
that's
was essentially a mercenary.
yes,
The reason
and
I
he
think that there's a possibility that Bane,
because Bane was not created in Gotham. Bane came into Gotham as Bane
yeah.
in all the comics. So Bane was created outside of Gotham. So yeah, not Batman fault.
Now, speaking of Bane, um, there was that little nod to possible Venom in the movie.
Where?
You remember when he's like about to die and he injects himself? Or no, he's like about to die and then Catwoman gets um snatched up and is about to be killed. So he injects himself with something.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like it easily could have been
I
something.
thought it was just adrenaline shot.
Well, that's the thing. That's not the color of epinephrine,
No, it's not.
but it is the
You're
color.
right.
It is the color of Venom.
I would say, but that does bring up an interesting point that I didn't think about. This is a version of Batman that actually now would technically be using, performance enhancers. You think
Well,
they're gonna go with that version of Batman in the
I
comics?
don't think he was using performance enhancers for anything. I think it was mainly just that one thing, and it was basically just like it was supposed to be. So when I was doing some research on it, I came across someone talking about how it may be a predecessor to Venom. Like essentially, it could lead to Bane coming into the movies.
Yeah, yeah, I can see how that could be a thought process.
Hey, it's morning and I finally have the house done.
There you go.
It took a little while.
Yes,
I now no longer need it.
yeah, ain't it grand? But yeah, yeah, because of the fact that Batman was actually, if that is Venom, and Batman actively was using it,
Well,
that does set up a precedent.
he only
'Cause
used it because here's the thing.
he has
Here's
it in his equipment belt, but you have it in your
here's
utility belt.
here's what I'm trying to say. The way that he used it was sort of a last ditch effort thing,
Yes,
essentially like epinephrine, but probably also has some restorative properties as well, which leads to the possibility of it being venom. Um, but he definitely does not use it on the regular. It's
y-
it's
yeah.
only in there for
It's a last year's.
emergencies.
Yeah, it's an emergency bat belt. I need my shark repellent.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's still the thing of he packs it in his back belt when he for when he needs it that day. So he has a stock of it. He's like,
Yeah, he
okay, so
definitely has a stockpile of it. That is a definite thing.
so that's a version of Batman that at this point does actually use Venom, which is interesting if that's the
And
case.
like I
If that
said,
turns
it
out to be
could
that.
be the
'Cause,
predecessor to Venom, so I mean it might not be as
yeah, it
destructive
could.
as Venom.
Yeah, that's true. There has been versions of Venom, and there has been medical usage of the normal version that wasn't the drug that addicted people.
Yeah. I mean, there's a
But
lot of possibilities than him just being a doper.
oh yes, yes. But I was gonna say if they wanted to do something different with a Batman, that
That
was a
would
way to
be an
go.
interesting, different thing. But
Give a Batman rage issues because
the
this Batman does have rage issues.
I will say that
You noticed that in the
typically.
movie, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
This was a Batman that shoots up and then just goes and then have to get Gordon to get him off of. You're like, wow,
I mean, that's
Gordon has to.
actually one of the reasons why people think that that was Venom, because Venom affects your mind.
Yes, but yeah, it'll be a darker turn for Batman.
But yeah, that it's just one of those things of like, why use this experimental drug when epinephrine is already there?
Exactly.
Like, what
Well,
was
you
the
did
reason?
hear about in the movie where he goes, this city and how bad it is. Like, so you're saying unlike a lot of the other Batmans that you're not sure your city can be saved, can you? Then by the end of the movie, he finally gets the
Yeah,
hope.
by the end of the movie, he actually gets to that point where he's like,
But yeah, for the hopeless Batman who just sit there and goes, yes, I'm at the point of having pocket venom in my belt. You're like, really? That's where you are in your boundary line. Pocket venom. Wow, this is a dark version of the world. Not to mention that when I actually think about the whole movie in general, like, yeah, they were trying to scream as dark as possible because the screen itself of like, is it me or did the movie actually, the whole movie in general is just
well,
tinted darker than it needs to
as
be.
best I can tell when it comes to the DC movies, they finished the movie and they put it into the editing room, and then someone from Warner Brothers comes in and goes, "All right, that looks great. Now let's turn the brightness level down at least 70%."
But sir, 70%.
Like, look, if that Game of Thrones episode is still brighter than it, then it is too. Or if that Game of Thrones episode is still darker than it, then it is too bright. It's like, but that Game of Thrones episode, everyone complained that they couldn't see anything. Our world is full of broodiness. But Marvel proved that you could do a broody Spider-Man without having it be super dark. Is this Marvel?
Marvel.
I don't think so.
Honestly, DC's technical brightest movie, I think, has two options: A, Aquaman, and B, Shazam.
Yeah. I'd say
Those are the
Shazam
two
and
brightest
Aquaman
movies.
and Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman also.
Yeah, you're right. Wonder Woman.
I guess it's not so much a DC thing, it's more of just a Batman thing. They just like, okay, it's Batman, so it has to be dark. It's like, look, Tim Burton did a great job with it being super dark. Yeah, but he also made sure that certain places, he used contrasting elements.
You know,
What are contrasting elements? Did you go to film school or something? Yes, we
yes.
all did. Except for you. Yet you
I don't
somehow
need
get
this
paid
one.
more than we. You somehow get paid more than us, though.
Oh god. But yeah, it's one of those moments of, yes, it's a Batman movie. People expect it to be dark. I understand, but at the same time, this one seemed darker than all the rest. I was sitting there at one point going, "Did I get older? Am I older?"
Hold on a sec. Sorry, animation had a bit of a problem.
I always have a problem.
Okay.
But
But yeah, I was thinking that when I was watching the movie, just going, "Am I just that old right now? Do I need better glasses? What's going on?" I hear everything fine, but seeing stuff is actually difficult.
yeah, it definitely was a little bit darker. I wouldn't say that it was like the darkest that they've ever done.
Let's see.
But it definitely was pretty dark and like needlessly so.
Yes, needlessly so. That was the thing that really got me. I'm like, okay, I understand this is Gotham, but it looks like you put a darker filter on every scene, including the scenes where there's supposed to be a lit room. If this is a lit room, what do people call a lit room in Gotham?
People call a
There's
lit
one.
room the sun.
Yes. Yes, they go, why is it daylight? Go, no, this is just a normal light bulb
No,
and not a 20 watt.
It's like, look,
I don't know why you all use 20 watts.
It's like, look, all I did was put a 50-watt light bulb in.
And they go, the sun, it burns. Like, yes, because I understand. Everyone in Gotham is a vampire. It's fine. Everyone.
Either a vampire, a criminal, or a corrupt police officer.
That actually does sound like most of Gotham.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, that does sound like most of Gotham. And now, because of, as the end of the movie.
We forgot something. Or a Robin.
Oh, that's sadness. That's sadness. Doesn't that just mean that Gordon is just a Robin that grew up?
To be fair, the future commissioner is still Commissioner Gordon, but it's Barbara Gordon.
Again. Oh, look at that. All Gordons are just Robins that grew up. It's fine. That's how I'm gonna phrase it now. It's like, oh look. Okay, is that a good person in Gotham? Yes, that's a Robin.
I will say
what you mean that's a Robin?
I will say that one Commissioner Gordon that is not a grown-up Robin is going to have to be the Jim Gordon from Gotham.
Okay, you talking about the one from the Fox series?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I will kind of agree with that, but at the same time, episode 1, he's a grown up Robin.
Yeah.
Episode 1 of that show, he's a grown up Robin. By the end of that, he's turned into a different animal. But episode 1, fresh out of trying to be a normal cop, he seems like a Robin, an adult Robin. And then Gotham hit him in the face.
There's a zombie waiting for me at the bottom of this
Yes,
tree.
yes, it's hungry
Can I
for
hit
you.
him? No, I can't hit him yet. Let's go down one more.
It's like he knows. It's like, is he doing? I think he's
Ah, I hit him. You can't reach me.
Good thing it's not one of those exploding zombies.
Yeah, the creepers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if it was one of them, I probably wouldn't have come down.
I'd say if it was one of them, it just would have exploded as soon as it hit the pub.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, the Batman movie, it's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I will
enjoyed
say
it.
this. At the beginning, for some reason, it seemed a little slow to me.
That is very true. That's, I think, a lot of the parts where he was doing his investigations and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the reasons why Ganimation and I were like, this feels like it should be a TV show. It's like somebody was trying to make a TV show and they were like, no, 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 movie. It's what? Yeah. Oh, that didn't work. They're gonna make a little entry for me right here. Okay. Now I forgot to find coal. Whoops. It's all good.
So just no lights, but you know, you got a house.
I got a house, no lights. So that's 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh. There, light. Alright, go ahead. Put away some stuff. Actually, let's make a door. We should make a door.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
There we go. Door. And let's put some all this other stuff away. Okay, let's keep that food. Okay. And let's make some armor. Let's see. I think goes a little something like that. Nope, nope, that's not it. Apparently. There we are.
So do you think that they're gonna make another another Batman sequel?
Well, like I said, they've been greenlit. They've been greenlit for it.
And by everything, because we know how it works, you know, DC's been wanting to do an actual movie involving the Joker for a while. But apparently, you know,
Yeah, they're definitely going to be bringing in that new Joker that they got.
yeah,
And that's a definite thing. They can't they just can't allow themselves to not do that for some reason.
it's Batman. They went, you have a Batman show. You need to have the Joker.
What they need to do is they need to like go and talk to the people who did Arrow, be like, so how exactly did you manage to create a show with okay, I need to go tend to my youngest. And
So
it's
you
also
think
like
about calling.
30 minutes or 24 minutes before 5 anyways, and I was going to stop at 5.
All right,
So,
so sure, we can stop today.
alright, so I guess we'll pick back up talking about stuff like this on Thursday, or we'll probably wind up talking about Moon Knight.
More than likely.
So,
It's the day after the Moon Knight, and also isn't it Moon Knight season finale tomorrow?
it might be. I mean, it seems like
It feels like a season finale to me.
yeah, it definitely seems like it's a good time to do a season finale.
Of course, the last episode also could have been a season finale if they wanted to be a douches about it.
Oh yeah, if they wanted to really be mean to us, they could have done that.
Like last episode was the season finale. Like, you serious? You gotta leave it there? That's horrible.
Alright, I will talk to you later, and I hope everyone enjoyed today's stream. Check out our
Alright.
merch shop at seriostarandganimation.com. We've got some new stuff there. And go look for my book in Amazon. I'm still trying to finish the edits up for the sequel, but go check out Demonic Whispers. It's wonderful. Or so I've been told. And yeah, I should be on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I don't think I have anything that could cause me to be late tomorrow. So, later.